But check this out, though. I feel like being a provider has always been a fucking scam. Look at the niggas that was 100% providers, bro. Either they first child wasn't theirs or one of the children wasn't theirs. You feel me? 20 years into the marriage, 15 years into the marriage, the bitch want to leave. You can never keep the bitches happy.
That's true. You can give a woman everything and still she will still find an issue with you. You paying all the bills, she don't got to work, but still, I don't feel a spark. You're not doing it for me anymore. Then she divorces you, take half your money, and you got to start back from ground zero.
You know what I'm saying? You can take the bitch to all type of trips. She still don't feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? You can buy a bitch a brand new Benz or whatnot. It's still not. That's what I'm saying, bro. Being a provider, it's not. It don't do shit for you, bro. As a man, it don't do nothing but keep you financially stressed, mentally stressed. You feel me? It's no point of doing that shit, bro. Focus on yourself, gang. Scope and mold yourself in your future, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just find you a bitch that's gonna get on your program. Or if she ain't trying to go 50-50, kick that hoe to the curb. Look, we in different times now, man. We gotta protect our goddamn mental and we gotta protect our pockets, bro.
It's expensive right now, man. You got women expecting guys to pay for everything. It's crazy expensive nowadays, man. How can you have any money saved up when you're paying for everything? If you don't really got it like that too. It's tough because a woman can be with you for a couple of years, divorce you, you got to pay alimony, child support, and you left with nothing. Sometimes a lot of men, when they get divorced, they're homeless. I see so many stories about that. I get what this dude's saying. I don't think you should be paying for all the bills if you're in a relationship, so.
Our uncles, grandpas, you feel me? Father, them niggas was suckers. You feel me? Them niggas was suckers. They ain't have all this game that we got flowing all around. You know what I'm saying? We got all this game on these apps and shit, man. You feel me? Protect your pockets. Protect your mental. Being a provider, in my opinion, it's a fucking scam, bro. All the niggas I seen that was providers, bro, they ain't never shared the dark side, bro. Of how that shit drove them into being alcoholics, being on drugs and shit.
Because of all that stress on you, man. If you lose your job, what you gonna do? It's very stressful for these men. They the whole weight is on their shoulders, and they can't screw up. They have this woman, everybody depending on them. Yeah, a lot of these guys become alcoholics.
They didn't just provided for this ungrateful bitch, put her up in this house, this and that and third, just for the bitch to divorce him, get the crib, and move a new nigga up in that bitch. And spending this nigga money, like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Being a provider, bro, it's a scam, bro. It's a scam. Y'all boys protect y'all pockets, protect your mental. You feel me? Read, pray, meditate, work out. You feel me? Until that right one come along, it's gonna get on that program, bro. You feel me? It's
He's right.
We ain't gotta be constantly goddamn in a motherfucking face for attention, bro. Because at the end of the day, our role is to lead, bro. Lead and build. As long as you leading and you building, bro, you not gonna miss out on a bitch, bro. I'm telling you, the real bitches gonna see that motion, bro, and they gonna follow lead. You feel me? They gonna follow lead. I'm telling you, man. But yeah, though, like I'm saying, man, being a provider, in my opinion, I feel like that shit is stupid. Being a provider, 100% provider, that's stupid. And if the bitch ain't trying to get on a program and go 50-50 with you, it's always one that's gonna get on your program.
You hear women say all day, I want a provider. I want a provider. If he ain't providing, you ain't no real man. And the provider scam is basically when men are convinced that their worth is tied solely to how much they provide or whether they provide for a woman or not. Money, time, effort, or whatever. And usually when women say provider now today, it's basically a glorified trick.
Basically what you're doing, you're trying to pay for this woman to be loyal to you, paying for sex, paying for a relationship. A woman just wants to take advantage of you when she's asking you to provide. She wants her life to be so much easier. You got this woman who got multiple degrees. She works a good job, but she don't want to spend any of her money on you. That's a trick and a simp. Beta male provider. Don't be that.
Who pays for access to a woman. Nothing more, nothing less. It's a personal trick that I can use as a utility. I'm not going to be the only person that has access to this utility trick. And he's just going to
Yep.
provide while I give the bare minimum
Nothing.
or
Yeah.
nothing. And today, most men have been brainwashed to believe that their worth is tied to whether they take care of a woman or not. They believe manhood has something to do with a woman or taking care of a woman. And I'm here to tell you it doesn't.
If a woman is looking,
And yeah, he's right. He's right. He's right, because ask the guys who provide and got divorced. They paid all the bills and these women still divorced them. Used them, took advantage of them. So this dude is speaking facts.
for you to be a provider, I believe that is a relationship that you shouldn't even consider. The benefits for the person who is being provided for, they are awesome. They have no bills. They have nothing to worry about. No mortgage, no house, no cars, no food, no nothing. But what exactly does the person who's doing the providing get out of
Nothing.
it? I asked a woman one time on one of these websites. I'm like, okay, I understand what you get out of it. Everything you get out of it is tangible. It makes sense. But what exactly does the man get out of it? And she started breaking it down, and it sounded like a whole bunch of nothing. Like she was saying, yeah, I wash his clothes. I was like, okay, so you put some clothes in a washing machine. The machine does the work, and then you take them out, you put them in the dryer. And she was like, yeah, I cook. I was like, okay. So you go in the kitchen and you cook some food. And she was like, yeah, I clean. I was like, okay, what you just described to me sounds like about 2.5 hours of work. So you want me to believe that the average guy is out here working 40 to 60 hours a week to pay the bills in the house, and the equivalent that he's going to receive is cooking and cleaning, and that's the worst deal I ever heard of. That shit don't even make sense. Like I've said before, men sign up for some horrible deals. Now, of course, down the line, the woman inserted her body into it, as if that's not a mutual exchange, which is just crazy. Doesn't make any kind of sense. But men have devalued themselves to a point that a woman thinks that her body is worth something and that a man's body ain't worth shit. But y'all did that. Only person that can be blamed for that is y'all. But yeah, the benefits of being a provider don't make sense at all whatsoever.
So my husband ended up losing his.
He's speaking facts. I agree with him. Now you about this next video, you're going to see what happens when you started off as a provider and you led with your wallet.
Job. He came home and he told me. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. So a month went by and he looked for me to pay the bills. Who paying what bills? So I was going to consider it if he gave me the money back for paying the bills. And
if you are married, why would you expect to get paid back? You guys are a married couple. You guys are a team. So because this person went through a financial setback, he lost his job, that's out of his control. You want him to pay you back. What happened to women being a helpmate? When you get married, that's what you're supposed to do. But that's insane. But that's going to be the reality for most men when you leave with your wallet. When you lose it all, she going to be gone. So.
No, he felt like he shouldn't have to do that. What do you mean? When I told you as a man, I expect you to provide. Under no circumstances will I ever touch bills as long as I got a husband. None.
This nigga said,
If you can hear.
He probably happy.
He's probably doing better.
I'm sure he missed me.
A headache. That would be a headache for me.
So
and this is her again. I think this is another video of her trying to explain herself. She did some foul stuff when her husband lost his job.
Babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like the bills, it was time for the bills or whatever, and I'm like, the bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working.
Why the hell would you expect? He lost his freaking job. What's he going to pay? How is he going to pay the bills? And he don't got no money coming in. You really expected him to just pull something out of his butt and just pay the bills? That
in a month, like it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you going to pay me the money back? This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bill?
Exactly. Y'all live in the same house as both y'all bills, and he got to pay you back. That ain't real love. She never loved this dude at all. This guy started off as a trick, and she expected that.
I told this man from day one, my money is my money, and his money is our money. Why should I spend my money paying the bills? Like, no, he should have paid me back. So that's when I decided, like, I can't be with this man no more. So I had texted his homeboy. Like, we all cool. I
She
texted his
texted the homeboy. Her husband lost his job. He ain't in a good state mentally, but she thought it was a good idea. Let me hit up his homeboy. Let me hit up his homeboy. See what he doing tonight. And let me tell you something about this homeboy. That ain't his homeboy. Because a real friend would have called him, been like, "Hey, bro, your wife is calling me. I don't know what this is about, but you need to talk to that." But the thing about his homeboy, they both were attracted to each other. He was waiting for his turn. That wasn't his real homeboy.
whatever. You know, we went together. We left. I met up with him, and we was, we was chilling, we was drinking or whatever. And I started venting.
Yeah, you
I
were a
started
van, all right.
venting. You know, like I started getting emotional. One thing led to the next. I did not purposely mean to do what I did with his friend, but things happen. Things happen. Like y'all understand
Yeah,
what
she
I
was
was.
van, all right, and she was bent over his couch. He was clapping those sweet cheeks. He got the bill money for her. That ain't his homeboy. They both were attracted to each other. It was bound for them to sleep together, but this was the perfect excuse. My hubby, he lost his job. What am I going to do? And she was bent over his couch getting pounded.
Went through. So, his friend ended up giving me some money or whatever, and he was like, babe.
So, you had sex and got cash. Did you have sex with this dude for the money or that? Okay, so you got paid to have sex with this dude. Okay.
Look, don't worry about it. Handle whatever you gotta handle. Like, his friend was every single thing I desire in a man. Like, everything I desire in a man. And ain't nobody trying to hear my side. Ain't nobody.
What is the point of being married nowadays? What is the point? So she thought it was a good thing to let some dude pound her out while her dude lost his job. Homeboy clapped those cheeks and gave her some money. I'm telling you, man, relationships don't last no more. When men go through a rough patch in life, they go through a minor setback that's out of their control. They were unemployed, they got laid off. Women think some women do. She did. She thought it was a good idea to bang his friend. That ain't no real friend. Let me know what y'all think, man. Do you think being a provider male is a scam? What benefit do you get out of providing and paying all the bills? Let me know what y'all think. Listen, I ain't against, if you married and you're providing, yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. If you have the money to do so, if you have the finances to do so, yeah, do it. But it doesn't work out so great for most men. A lot of men get taken advantage of. Her husband was probably working over 70 hours a week doing the best he could. And still, when he lost his job, bent over the couch getting paid for she was bent over the couch to get the bill money. That is most relationships today.